Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today talking about the team that continually ruins my life. And I'm not talking about Steve Dangle's team that ruins his life. Talking about the New York Jets today. And I wanted to go over my theory that the Jets gave up on Sam Darnold before the season. Oh, you knew they gave up on him. But was it now or before the season? I'm going to answer that. Right now, cut the intro. That's all I got.
Y'all ready to see it?
This is the New York Jets 2020 yearbook, which they mailed to each of us, attached to a parcel that said, "Ha ha ha, thanks for the money, bud."
Are you sure the parcel wasn't just like a brick and they threw it through your window?
I wish. So, I wanted to talk about the Jets offense, which is horrible, and talk about why it's horrible, and also talk about why I think Sam Darnold was given no opportunity from Joe Douglas this year. A little bit of conspiracy theory here. Woo. Offensive line, Becton. As we're filming this, we just finished the 24-0 loss to the Finns, and the Jets are 0-6. Mekhi Becton has been pretty decent, unfortunately injured. As usual, the Jets do not handle one of their players well, send him back into the Broncos game injured, and he gets hurt again. What a surprise. Take care of your players. In the Broncos game, both Darnold and Becton, the two most important players to our franchise, now that Le'Veon Bell is gone, and you don't take care of them. I don't understand that. Take care of your players. If they're hurt, do not put them back in a game. If you're going into a game knowing that you don't want to play Becton, guess what? Just scratch him. Don't put the guy in as the backup, and then when Udoka gets hurt, he has to play. It's not fair to him. It's not fair to anybody. Nothing's fair about this team. All right, but let's look at the offensive line. Becton has been decent. Lewis, McGovern, Van Rotten, Fant. Udoka's gotten to play a decent amount with some injuries to the offensive line. And it's funny because it feels like it's worse than it is. I looked up some of the stats, and sacks, they're not giving up a ton of sacks. But they are not providing any running room whatsoever. The Jets are near the bottom of the league in rushing yards. And it feels like all of our rushing yards come from Sammy Scrambles. But receiver, red is for players that are in, we're on the IR. Vincent Smith, I believe, just got activated for this week. But Vincent Smith couldn't catch anything when he was playing anyway, so that's not a big change. Jamison Crowder is the only thing on this team worthwhile at all at this point. Perriman can't stay healthy, and he absolutely is not living up to Robbie Anderson's shadow. Robbie Anderson having a great year, showing that he can be used as something other than a burner. So that's fun. Berrios has been fine, but he's just that little slot guy that is just going to get you, little bits and pieces yardage-wise and return kicks. And Mims just hasn't been on the field at all yet this year. And it's clear that there's not enough depth here. Chris Hogan is depth. Braxton Berrios is depth. On a lot of teams, Braxton Berrios is probably the sixth receiver or something. He's on the practice squad. But this is just an absolute nightmare. There was no preparation given to Sam Darnold. Look at the backfield now without Le'Veon Bell. It's pitiful. And the tight end position has been one of the weirdest ones. Griffin, we give him an extension after a great year, and you reward him by not throwing to him? I mean, I'm sure he's fine. He's getting a paycheck. A lot of these guys are just happy to be getting a paycheck. Joe Flacco said after the game today he's happy to see how they fought. They got shut out, man! Wait, what are you happy about? After this game, here's where I fit the rant in. After this game, the Jets are all jovial and high-fiving, hanging out with the Dolphins players. I feel like Billy Bean in Moneyball. Show some emotion and not jokey, carefree. You just got shut out in the NFL. I don't care that I've gone over time. I'm going to continue to go. You can't start Frank Gore at running back and expect Sam Darnold to have any effective running game. You don't block for him. You got nothing to throw to for Sam. You got no running backs. And Chris Herndon is a case of the dropsies this year. Guess what? Sam Darnold never had a chance with this team. Never. And here's my little conspiracy. Joe Douglas wants to gut this team after the season. He's keeping Gase around, basically as someone that can take a lot more of the flack than Douglas. Gase, obviously, that is not taking any responsibility away from Gase. He is terrible. They showed a graphic during the game today. Progressively, he has gotten worse every year coaching offenses. He's not good. But I do think Joe Douglas, who let Robbie Anderson walk in the offseason and couldn't find a way to get Adams back. The Bell thing was more of a disagreement with the coach and Adams to an extent as well. But he has failed to get players to come back. It's only year 2 of his GM reign, and I kind of want him gone. Last thing I'll say, Sam Darnold never had a chance. Look at that lineup. Tell me he ever had a chance with this lineup. And then also, I want, after this season, the team to be gutted. I want them to be treated like an expansion team. I want every single player cut. I want every coach fired. I want the team sold. I want nobody that has ever donned the jersey this year to ever play for this team ever again. Except maybe Mekhi Becton. That's it. Treat it like an expansion team. Start from scratch. The core is rotten. And the fans are rooting against you. The fans are rooting against you. Everyone's rooting for Bell in a couple weeks. This team is pathetic. And if they don't fire Adam Gase, I don't see any reason to ever do anything for the Jets ever again. In terms of spending money on Jets gear, I'm a moron already. My brother has an Adams jersey. My dad has a Bell jersey. I have the last one that's relevant, and it's just barely relevant. That's it. I've gone over my time by a lot. I had to get that in. I hate this team. Wake up. Fire everyone. Cut everyone. Next season, this yearbook, they're going to have to mail it to me because I'm not going to know anybody on the team because they're going to have to sign a lot of former XFL players and see how that works because I'm tired of this. That's the video. Like and subscribe, I guess. I think this went pretty well, right? Went pretty well.